All right, so this is number 31, 1.3. I know I did this in class, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again. So we have 1/2 plus square root of 3 over 2i to the second power. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go ahead and expand this. Let me put my I there. Through I. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do FOIL, which is first outside, inside, last. So 1/2 times 1/2 is going to give me 1/4. 1/2 times square root of 3i is going to give me the square root of 3 over 4i, because it's 1 times the square root of 3, and then 2 times 2. And then the inside terms is going to be exactly the same. It's going to be square root of 3 over 4i. And then the last one is going to be the square root of 3 over 2i times the square root of 3 over 2i. And so we know that we're going to have I squared, right? That's going to be, because I times I is I squared. So 2 times 2 is going to be 4. And then the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is simply going to be 3. And so I squared is -1. So then this is going to be equal then to -3/4. So let's go back here. And that's going to be -3/4. And now we're going to deal with these two middle terms. So we have the square root of 3 over 4i plus the square root of 3 over 4i. So let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. Let me just erase this here so we can take care of those two. So it's going to be square root of 3 over 4i. I mean, square root of 3 over 4i, yes, plus square root of 3 over 4i. And so since I have the same denominator, I'm going to keep the 4, my i's, and this is going to stay as an I. And then I have the square root of 3 plus the square root of 3, which is just simply 2 square roots of 3. And so what happens here is that the 2 and the 4 can be reduced, so I end up with the square root of 3 over 2i, right? So if I have 2 over 4, I can just rewrite that as 1/2. And so this middle term then becomes square root of 3 over 2i minus 3 over 4, which 1/4 minus 3 over 4 is -2/4. So it's -2/4 plus the square root of 3 over 2i, which is going to be -1/2. I'm going to reduce that. -1/2 plus the square root of 3 over 2i, and that's the answer to number 31. Thank you.